Ladies and gentlemen, 40K Fanatics fans, it's a really big week. It's really big. We got Austin here, I'm Shane, and we've got a special request. So, a couple of things. First of all, we're doing 2 episodes today because we've got the new summer reveals, and we're going to cover that in this pod. And then we're going to give you another pod where we read your comments, do a quick bits box. I think both of these may end up a little abridged, but then again, sometimes on these reveals we get talking about the heavy metal paint jobs, and it ends up being an hour and a half. So that could happen here. We don't know yet. But what we need from you all is we are very, very close. 50 measly subscribers, 50 hugely valuable subscribers away from YouTube beginning to give us some money. And we need money because we are hopelessly addicted to this plastic crack. And so, if you are one of our frequent YouTube listeners, or if you ever care anything about YouTube, maybe you listen to us on Spotify, but you got YouTube over on the side, side piece YouTube, please go and subscribe to the 40K Fanatics podcast YouTube channel. It would be a big help to us and the production of the show.
Yeah, just push the button. It's right there. Click the button.
Push the button. I spent the whole weekend. I had to do some work at a casino, and everywhere you walk, it is the dinging of bells and some sort of too cute AI voice encouraging you to push the button to give us $20 that you will lose instantly.
All I can think of is that viral video of all the elderly people and they're just mindlessly pushing the same button on the slot machine. I think the camera pans past them all.
Yeah, that's just real life. That I witnessed it. I can tell you, I got the T-shirt. It's a real thing. But contrary to that, subscribing to the YouTube will not cost you a dime. Neither will joining our totally free Discord, where we talk about one another's models and games, and you can post in there, and it's really nice. So, we're going to get right into it and talk about the 2025 Summer Warhammer reveals. We've got an article pulled up, and if you are listening over on the YouTube, I'm going to try to put the video in. So, hopefully, we've tried to do this before, and it was a debacle. However, this time, maybe we'll get the visuals. And Austin's going to lead this one because he and I had a big argument about what order we were going to cover the stuff in. But he's got an idea, and I didn't actually have a chance to watch any of it, so it's all going to be kind of new to me. So, Austin, take it away.
I think I'm going to turn you on your head, and we're actually going to start with the new kill team.
The new kill team. Kill team.
And this is big.
Tomb World.
Yeah, this is really big because we see the new release of Primaris Scale Deathwatch.
Yeah. The homie Craig, who you can see some of his work over in the Discord, he's doing the Lord's work, keeping Deathwatch active and going. So I'm sure he's going to be excited about this. I think it's a lot of neat little Necron gubbins too.
Yeah, they're like the little cryptech, little construct things or whatever.
Little creepy crawlies.
I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of these little Necron gubbins all blend together for me.
Yeah, I'm not up on my various.
If you told me, if you told me these came out in 9th edition as part of a character set or something, I would completely believe you.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, the Geomancer is cool. It's just not really our thing.
Yeah, I tell you what is my thing though. That new. Oh gosh, what is this stuff called? The new close quarters. What did we call it the first time? What did they call it? It was I can't think of what they called it. Boarding actions. That's what it was called.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So in Kill Team they call the boarding actions close quarters gameplay, and the new Necron walls and stuff and all the little scenery. I love it. I think that's really cool.
Yeah. It really does remind me of boarding actions.
Well, yeah, because this what it will be is half a table of boarding action stuff. So I'm sure that you could get two of these and do all your boarding actions as though you're in a Tomb World, which would be cool. And maybe we'll see
Yeah,
that box released on its own, and then we'll have another boarding actions book for specifically for 10th edition. I've never played boarding actions, but I understand that everyone that has ever played it that I've heard of on the internet or personally says it is excellent.
yeah. I want to point out that this should be a joy for you, Shane. These Space Marines look very diverse.
I did notice that they've got a lot of different they got a lot of different stuff going on, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, I always like that. I think I mean, look, folks, I am not ever going to be one to bang the drum for a ton of diversity. However, I do think it's fun to paint different stuff. We don't just have to paint 45 white guys. Anything else on Kill Team Tomb World?
I don't think so. I do find it interesting that the Death Watch kill team is kind of pulling from different kits for the Primaris range. You can see kind of like the Phobos guys and I think heavy intercessors represented. So it's kind of definitely taking on a kill team version of the Primaris kit.
Yeah, they're just really good. Those shoulder pads really make it go, don't they?
Oh yeah.
All right, what else we got?
We got Titus's helmet.
All right, Titus's helmet is a thing you can buy. Next.
Yeah, put it. I think it's like a voice changer, like the old Darth Vader boy.
That's
We
fun.
got Space Marines.
All right, now this is awesome. We're gonna spend some time here. All right.
Looks like our first reveal is the chapter master for the Salamanders, Vulcan Histan.
So Vulcan Histan, because I did read this little snippet. I read about these guys. I mean, someday when when Casey is not covered up in raising little babies, he will come on here and help us with the lore again. So the Salamander's Primarch is Vulcan, but this guy is Vulcan, but not that guy. But he's
That's
collecting the
that.
relics that like Vulcan's person is inside of, and if he ever gets all the Dragon Balls together, he'll be able to bring Vulcan back. Is that what I'm seeing here?
Maybe I have no idea.
Because that
I've
makes
always
me want
just
to
had a
have a
little lore.
Salamander's army. That's amazing. He looks incredible.
Yeah. See, I've always had a little lore gripe of his name being Vulcan when their Primarch is already Vulcan. I just don't like. I don't like those little like things going on. I don't want people to have the same name.
Yeah, I agree because it's just confusing. But I guess you got to know, if you know, you know. And now we know.
Yeah.
Why does this kit come with a helmet?
In case you suck at painting faces.
Well, you got to get good because that face is too good to not paint. No, he's
Yeah.
great. I love everything about this model. That cape is awesome. That spear is awesome. So he's got three of the relics, I believe. Yes, three of the relics: the spear, the gauntlet of the forge, and the Kesar's mantle. So it's the cape, the spear, and that black gauntlet thing. It's
Yeah.
just great.
And it's a very vibrant green they've chosen for
Oh
this.
yeah,
I think a lot of the Salamander's colors they've been doing are very vibrant.
well, this is what I talk about a lot when people, you and I have painting discussions, and you like to kind of go by the battle ready, parade ready, GW painting type of um, curriculum, right? They didn't do any of that on this guy. This is just stone cold great painting because we're fading from dark green to almost yellow, and it's seamless. And I mean, there's no edge highlighting really of this guy. He's just somebody
See it,
painted their
Shiloh.
someone painted their ass off. But yeah, he's great.
Then we got a Darnoth, Darneth Lysander.
I don't know anything about him.
So here's a funny little tidbit. At Game Fest, they had the big projector out, and they were showing the reveals live at Game Fest.
Yeah.
And I was over there with the old world crew, and when they showed off Lysander, one of the guys from Little Rock, he literally said, "Isn't that guy already a model? Because this model looks almost just like his other model."
Well, they've been doing that a little bit. So
Yeah,
they just did that with a so I think it's what is it, the 500th uh white dwarf or something. We've got some ultramarine coming back, and he's from forever ago, right? He's got a big banner over
oh,
his head. I think we covered him on the
yeah,
show talking about his reveal. And he's just the same model, except he's scaled up and the details turned up to 11. And I imagine that's what's happened
yeah.
here. Because this guy looks
Well,
great.
I I get that on the Ultramarine guy because it's supposed to be a celebratory model. It's supposed to be kind of celebrating bringing that kit back. It makes sense for him to be the same, but this guy literally, I think the difference is he's on a tactical rock and he's not so squat. But other than that, I think his facial expression is a little same, is about the same, but he is like almost the same model, bar a few details.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it. I tell you what, the whole thing is a shield, isn't it? Because it's great.
I mean, the shield is pretty similar. I've got both models side by side, and I'm just going back and forth, and it's just kind of like a rescan of the model. Kind of like that model like turned up to like 1080p from like 720.
Yeah, I think it'll probably be comical when somebody sets this one next to the original, both painted the same, and we see that the original one goes up to his belly button.
You're at like a tournament, and you got two Imperial Fist players playing together, and one guy's got the new guy, and one doesn't.
That'll be silly. All right, who else
And
we
for
got?
up next, we got Raven Guard. We got a new chapter master. Their old chapter master is apparently stepping down. I think we have Athon Shan.
This dude's cool.
He's got a bit of a bit of a Native American vibe going on with him.
Yeah, he definitely does in that in the third side dreads head option,
I
which
was thinking even the hood, like facially.
yeah, yeah, I could see that. He's got some neat raven and crow stuff going on uh around his lightning claws.
Yeah, and these little things flying around, they're drones. They're not actually birds.
That's cool. I love this thing that he's set on the perched on the side of with his big
Yeah,
talons. No,
big old stalagmite.
yeah, there's nothing. I got no notes. No notes. A much more classic heavy metal paint job of black armor there.
Yeah, I mean, very defined. Raven Guard are cool. I don't know about all the white parts of them. I'm not the biggest fan of painting a bunch of white like that.
Yeah,
They're cool.
I could get into it.
Speaking of speaking of black on white, we have Iron Hands as well.
Yeah, no, I don't know much about the Iron Hands.
Well, the Iron Hands, their whole like stick with their chapter is they are big on cybernetics and replacing their body parts. They're kind of like borderline Mechanicus Space Marines.
Okay.
Uh, they believe the flesh is weak, so they are constantly replacing themselves with parts and machines.
Yeah, this guy's awesome. Um, I mean, again, no notes. Look at these servo skulls attached to. I mean, I guess they're not attached to these tentacles, are they? They're sort of just using his tentacle things, and
Yeah,
we've got this little hologram deal, and we got a scanner thing. He's got a big combi pistol. He's got just a beat stick.
yeah, Power Maul.
Yeah, I suppose he electrifies that and then batons you to death.
Yeah, it's like what the Bulgren have in Guard.
Yeah, he's great. Again, no notes, man. I mean, that's just every one of these guys is awesome.
And for white scars, yeah, even more white, we have Subodin Khan.
Is this a
Subodin
new guy
Khan.
or no? He's been around, hasn't he?
Let me search this real quick because I know they had the guy on foot. I think he's Yeah, this is they've got the chapter master. Then this guy I think is captain of the fifth company.
This makes me hopeful that we're going to get some new bikes. People have talked about
Possibly.
the Outriders, the bikes and stuff all need a little refresh, and I mean, this guy would sure
What are you
be a
talking?
huh?
Outriders don't need a refresh. They came out one edition ago.
Okay. Like when people try to say LeBron's better than Jordan or better than Kobe, I say, okay, but look at him.
Well, they can come out with jet bikes, but they don't have any reason to replace the Outriders because the Outriders literally just came out.
They don't look good though.
I think they look good. I love Space Marines on bikes on motorcycles.
Well, this guy looks great. Did you notice the couple of trophy heads he's got slung on the side?
Oh yeah, that's definitely a White Scars thing.
Yeah, he's great. No notes for any of these. They're all excellent. And there's going to be new combat patrols, which none of them appear to come with those various new characters, which I thought was kind of interesting. But that's okay. Oh, the White
I'm
Scars
seeing
one
a lot
does.
of hate. I'm seeing a lot of hate online for the Iron Hands box because you get two of these turrets that I don't think anyone likes.
I mean, okay. People are so back and forth with what they like and don't like, I feel like.
I mean, I wouldn't want them.
I think they're cool. You'd be the only one with a turret.
I guess I think they can move, but they're just kind of weird.
Yeah, I don't know. The White Scars box does look like it's going to come with the new dude, so that's neat.
Yeah, White Scars box looks fun.
It does. A little grav tank action.
Yeah, you get yourself a kind of a mechanized force going on.
Yeah, I like it.
Little
Where would you like
liveried
to go next,
system.
sir?
Let me check my map. From here, I think we can head south and go to the Scouring. Touch on this real quick.
Books.
Horus Heresy is getting basically an extended epilogue. We are now going to the Scouring, which is the basically heretics are being hunted down. They are en route after the siege of Terra failed. So now we are getting basically our post heresy historical drama.
Neat.
Heretics are en route. Primarchs are going after Chase. Some Primarchs will not make it out of the Scouring. Some will be put into stasis. Read to find out more.
Books. And then we get to, well, you tell me, but if we just keep going down, Age of
We got
Darkness.
some Horus. Yeah, we got some new Horus Heresy action. We got some new Assault Marines and Mark II power armor, which seems to be the power armor they're really pushing this edition.
Yeah, the power armor uh Azure, right? Or de jour.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what it is.
yeah.
Um,
Some big turbines.
okay, so you remember when people weren't crazy about the new Raptor kit for Chaos Space Marines because they also sort of have a toe on a girder.
Yeah,
Um, I personally quite like that effect of everybody's sort of delicately balanced on a something to give the illusion of either taking off or landing because
yeah.
I feel these guys look kind of silly, all standing on the ground with their big giant turbines on their back.
I like it because they're on the ground.
They're certainly on the ground.
I
It's
like it because they're going to be in the air until you go to the movement phase. So you start on the ground, you jump, and then you land, and there's where they are. So that's them now on the ground.
sure. No, it's the total inverse of the other, which I guess is
Yeah,
fine.
I like the convention of that of this being them represented after their movement.
They certainly look excellent. I mean,
We got
you want to talk about something that will take a wash. So nice. Possibly nothing more than that Mark II power armor with all of its rivets and
mhm.
pits and things.
Yeah,
There's
and we
one
got
down to the
some.
salamander, and we
Yeah,
keep it going, and we got some books. There's some more Saturnine Terminators. Yeah,
and
I have
I
some
believe it was
thoughts
World
about
Orbiters.
the about 30K, but we don't need to get into that right now. You want to keep going straight down?
I'll just touch on Legions Imperialis real quick. New vehicles.
Yes, new, very, very tiny
New
vehicles.
Rhino. Yeah, new little rhinos. Uh, new heavy tanks, all that. Book. Data cards. If you're a Imperialis player, you are eating okay, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know who you're playing against, but you certainly have stuff to buy if you want to buy that stuff.
We got Underworlds. I think we might just skip that.
Yeah, let's go ahead and skip Underworlds. We do, you know, toward the back end of this thing, folks, we're gonna get into it, and here we are. Now, you said this one was very well
Else,
received over at Game Fest.
oh
What?
yeah, at Game Fest when they had when they revealed the Hellsmiths of Hashut, there was a big applause coming from the crowd watching.
So I
And
read this
why
hell.
shouldn't there be? Because this is the return of Chaos Dwarfs.
I read this as Helm Smiths for the up until just this moment that you
Okay,
read it aloud, because these boys got some headgear, boy.
I guess that makes sense. Yeah, this is the return of Chaos Dwarves to Warhammer. We are seeing lots of new headgear going on, and I've seen a bit of divide in kind of people that are interested in Chaos Dwarves with these models. I've seen lots of love and praise, but I've also seen some kind of decry them as being too World of Warcrafty.
So I tell you what, I think that so every time I've ever heard of Chaos Dwarves, I've always thought, you know, being fairly uninitiated into things like Warhammer Fantasy and stuff like that, I've always thought it's just more dwarves, isn't it?
Yeah.
And
No, it is not.
well, I mean, it certainly isn't any longer because these dudes don't look anything like regular dwarves, and I think that's good.
No, no, they're very Mesopotamian in
And
their aesthetic.
yeah, I was thinking there's something like Arabic. I'm scrolled all the way across to these last two, and they've got these braided beards with you know something Middle Eastern about
Very
them. But then
Babylonian.
yeah, they've got tusks and crazy lips, and then they've got these big chunky helmets. I think they're really good. They definitely don't
Yeah, and they've
look
got
like you know what they are. I feel like a lot of
what?
times good elves and like dark elves just sort of look like elves. And the paint job you do them purple or whatever to make them dark elves or something. Uh,
Hmm.
they absolutely did not do that with this. These guys are something completely different, and I
Oh,
think
they've always been like this. They've
have
always
they?
been completely different. Yeah, they've always been very Babylonian, Assyrian. Uh, 'Cause they're kind of in that area, at least in Old World. They're in kind of that Middle Eastern area. So
Yeah,
they've definitely always had this kind of aesthetic going on, but this is kind of like amped up even more.
yeah, they're great.
Sigmar.
Um this crazy green flame construct thing is really neat,
Yeah.
man. And again, this is the paint team just going off. They sort of did their normal uh, true metallic metal stuff. It's like you'd expect it to be, and then they got in here painting all this fire, and it
I'm
just
seeing a lot of pushback, at least from some Chaos Dwarf people from the use of the green fire. Kind of
uh,
having some issues with them having green fire because traditionally the Chaos Dwarves colors have been like red and black and lava. So kind of having a lot of this kind of like warp stone green kind of colors going on. It's been kind of like uh, real, it's real different than how they've usually been depicted.
Yeah, I think in Sigmar that's just what you get. Oh man, they got centaurs, dude.
Yeah.
They're like minotaur centaurs. You don't want no parts of those guys. They'll mess you up. Oh, and you can build them two ways. You can build them as anointed sentinels or infernal razors, where they're even more minotaur-y.
Yeah.
That's great. Oh, and it just keeps going. Here's some cannon guys. I like how they're all in vest because sun's out, guns out. Literally.
Yeah. And then there's a different kind of gun. I'm not sure if that's like a flamethrower or what.
Oh yeah.
It looks almost flamethrowery.
Yeah, maybe so. And then we keep going. I guess they've got some sort of goblin minion creatures, don't they?
Oh, yeah, they have hobgoblins. I don't know if they're slaves, but I think they're just kind of like allies. In the old world, the Chaos Dwarves enslaved orcs and goblins to work for them in their ring of ziggurats.
Oh, and then we're not done. We've got this giant winged bull creature construct. This dude's incredible. Uruk Tar. He's like your big dude, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Couple different ways to build and paint this, too.
Look at the it's like Vertiger's green.
Yeah,
Look at that one.
I just scrolled down to that and I was looking at the edges of the wings, and that again is the paint crew going off. You know,
Yeah.
you, yeah, you're not teaching that in a 5-step course. That's great. Yeah, they're awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they'll be good
And
because every new faction in Age of Sigmar, 40K, etc., tend to be.
mm-hmm.
All right, who we got next?
Up next, we got a little bit more Sigmar. We got Flesh Eater Courts and Night Haunt getting their battle tome.
Yeah, so I've got Night Haunt, so that'll be fun. Flesh Eater Courts are cool. I like the idea of Flesh Eater Courts. I'm not sure how well realized the idea of their sort of uh, delusions are
Well,
realized
they're
in the
getting
game.
there. Yeah, I was gonna say model wise, they're certainly getting there with kind of their refreshes because this new guy, the High Falconer, kind of has that kind of medieval hunter thing going on, using bats instead of falcons.
Oh man, you know one thing about Age of Sigmar that I really love is it's all golden demon bait, and
Mm-hmm.
this guy is going to be there. He's great. Is he wearing a little fedora cap?
Yeah, he's wearing like a little like woodsman cap.
Yeah, that's crazy. Love it.
I think it's got like a bat wing feather in it.
Yeah, that's great. The Carnal Watch. So that's going to be their new combat patrol equivalent. What do they call them?
Your head.
Yeah, neat. And then Night Hunt. So I'll probably get this book. We got the Lord Vitriolic doing stuff with tinctures and potions. He's got extra arms for mixing them.
It says a cursed soul, perhaps once a peddler in fake curatives and concoctions, who preyed upon the gullible and desperate. So this is your snake oil salesman in hell.
That's neat. And then we've got the new Spearhead, which is
Yeah,
quite a bit of stuff I actually already have. In fact,
lot,
I I
lots of
have
ghosts.
yeah, I have all those ghosts. I guess if I wanted to reinforce my numbers, my ranks, I could get that box and save myself a little money.
Yeah,
And that's all that. So, Night Haunt, a little bit. Well, Night Haunt and Flesh Eater Court, a little slight on models, but that's okay.
yeah.
Little one
Only
new
come
thing.
to yeah. We come to Old World with a Tomb King release.
Yeah, so I have some thoughts about this Tomb King release. Um,
We got two kits.
yeah, these guys look very modern to me, and I'm not
Yeah.
mad at
Well,
it.
that's yeah.
But it
It's kind
is,
of how they're. It's kind of how they're doing the new releases for Old World. They're modern, but they're also still coming in with kind of that heritage of the rank and flank style of the
yeah,
other kits.
it's not that they don't fit, but like, especially when you get the ranks all fleshed out, it's really impressive the way. If you guys don't play Old World or don't have any interest in it, see if somebody can bring it to you to try because it is really cool. And it's like these guys totally fit, but if you held one model up against the other, then they don't. So there's almost like a transition going on, and I think that's probably good, especially for these hero models that you really want to spend some time on. I mean, they're
Yeah,
great.
and I don't think Two Kings had actually had these models available, at least in this kind of style of the foot guy and the mounted guy. So this
Yeah,
is like
the
every faction kind of has that, but they didn't have that yet.
that mounted Lich Priest is incredible.
Yeah,
Love it. And
and
we've
then
got
they've got the
Arcane Journal coming
new
out.
Arcane Journal with a couple new armies in it. I think this is more of a campaign book,
Is it?
is what they're talking about.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
it's got
cool.
a new lore of what's going on because Old World kind of having an evolving story going on as each Arcane Journal comes out.
Nice.
It's got rules for mounts, for characters, new incantations, I guess magic, new armies of infamy in the book, Dwarven Slayer army, and Border Princes.
Neat.
So that's going to be interesting. Dwarves are going to get a whole Slayer army they get to run, which has been a dream for many. And then we got a new Arcane Journal for Cathay, which should have, I think, the rules for the other half of the army.
Nice.
Uh, at their dragon character and all that. New Army of Infamy, Jade Fleet, which is an alliance between Grand Cathay and the people of Westerland.
Interesting.
So that should be fun. Bit of a Empire and Cathay army going on.
All
Uh,
right.
we got Leagues of Votann.
All right. Now this is great because we just were talking about the Leagues of Votann last week. When were we talking about Leagues of Votann?
I don't even remember.
So we brought up that Leagues of Votann was half an army, and we talked about how we would like to see the Votann a little better represented. The actual Votann AI or whatever the thing is,
Oh
uh,
yeah,
better represented on the battlefield and in the miniatures and stuff. And people were not opposed to that idea. But then we got the rest of the army essentially. So there's quite a bit of stuff here. We'll take it from the top. We got this new character, and he's awesome. He's like
yeah,
a
he's okay.
oh man, I think this guy's great.
I'm just
Bur-
never a fan of like guys like decked out in like trophies.
okay, so here's my thing. I love how 40K's current big bad obviously is Chaos, yada yada yada, the usual suspects, but then it's Tyranids too. And I think that the
I,
Tyranid trophies are cool because you can paint them as the Tyranid carapaces of whoever you play a lot that plays Tyranids. And I love that. You know?
yeah,
Like it's
I was gonna say Tyranids are kind of the big bad right now.
yeah, yeah. It's very rare though that you get like a guardsman just dead on a base or something without just going and getting one. So it's tough for me to have one of your guardsmen on, you know, as a trophy on one of my bases. But the Tyranids, because of their carapace armor, makes so much sense to have guys with like a shoulder pad or this big cape thing. I love it.
He's a named character.
Yeah, I know how you are about that. But continuing down, we've got the Argonist Evaluator.
This guy looks like he's from League of Legends.
He does. And he's got a big friggin' gun. He's neat. He's responsible for testing new technologies. Yeah, I'm here for him too. His helmet is awesome. It looks like a soft helmet. I think that's cool. I would have to like put that down on his base at his feet or something because that's really neat.
I'm wondering if that's supposed to be a soft helmet or if that's just the paint job.
I don't know. I feel like that's got to be molded in because that would really be inspired to think, oh, this isn't a hard helmet. This is a soft one. You know what I mean? Do we have a soft helmet
Yeah,
anywhere in 40K? Anywhere else? Um,
don't know.
so he's neat. And then we continue down, and we get to this Ironkin stuff. And correct me if I'm wrong, but these are like AI controlled constructs, right?
I don't know if they're AI controlled. They're like sentient beings. They're like their own like thinking independent guys.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, they're it's weird in that when the Votann, I believe it's when the Votann kind of like broke away from humanity, they kind of took the whole Men of Iron thing and kept going with it. So like these are their own like they basically treat like their robots as like fellow citizens,
Wow.
like fellow beings. So yeah, all the Ironkin stuff is like integrated in to their society.
Well, this guy's neat. So he's a character, but then you keep going down, you get the Ironkin Stilljacks, who are big, tall, chunky robot fighters.
Yeah.
And
I've seen some people.
go ahead.
I guess I've seen some people complain about their legs. I kind of wish they had more kind of robotic looking legs. So they have these kind of like bulky muscle legs.
I like them, and let me tell you why I like them. They are what those Thousand Sun robot constructs should have been. Because these guys look dynamic, they look like they're in motion, they look like they're doing stuff. And the Thousand Sun robot automaton thing just sort of looks like it's Stickman standing there.
I don't know. I mean, I can say that I think the idea with the stickman standing thing is that's kind of how they're supposed to be. They're kind of supposed to be these kind of constructs that just walk around like that, mirroring kind of like statues.
Perhaps. But these guys look cool. These guys look like Votann Terminators, and I don't mean like Space Marine. I mean like T-1000. And they got all sorts of weapon options. Oh, what about these mortar dudes?
I
Chthonian
don't like the
Earthshakers.
yeah. I really don't
What?
like the Chthonian. I hate the Chthonian models.
Oh, you're nuts. These guys are awesome.
I hate like the all the tubes and ports and muscles and flesh. I hate that.
Hmm. Well, what about a big mortar?
I mean, it's okay. I just don't like that it's tied with Chthonian stuff.
You don't like a crew?
I like a here. You keep saying mortar crew. It's like these things abstractly they're interesting, but I don't like the Chthonian aspect of it all. I don't like the. I just don't like their look. I don't like their like bulging muscles with ports and tubes and apps and all that.
Well, all right
It's
then.
just not for me. It turns me off of Votann.
Gonna be a no for you, dog. We got some new vehicles too, which I think is a really nice touch. The Capricis?
Yeah, this is a similar to their like tracks they had. This is your four-wheeled version,
Yeah, one of them. So you build it two ways, and it's either
kind of like a
a
technical.
yeah, yeah, it is, and you can either have it as a it says 5 berth troop transport or a little weapons platform. So I think that's great. I love that,
Mm-hmm.
man. You want to talk about a choice bit? Look at this toolbox thing over on the side.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the kind of bit you could spend an hour painting. Just
Mm-hmm.
all the little pieces of it. And then they get their codex finally. Do you think their codex
with
will be good?
big, probably big man up front.
Yeah,
I don't know. Sure,
they usually
it'll be the
are.
best ever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll be the
Have
best
to get
ever
nerfed
until
again.
yeah, it'll be the best ever until the next week when another one comes out.
Yeah,
Uh, New combat patrol with
I like that
none of the
combat
new
patrol.
stuff. Yeah, I
Yeah,
do too.
got no Chthonians in it. I like it.
All right, Votann. Glad to see them
And
get
that's it.
finished. Or yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. That's it. We did it. All right, we did it.
Yeah, good to see Votann fleshed out.
Yeah, because it was kind of weird how if you played Votann, then someone could just everybody knew what you were bringing. Let's just say
Yeah,
because there were
I
no
will say
options.
though. I will say though that kind of seems like some of this stuff is kind of like redundancies a little bit. At least like the robot guys, because they feel like they're kind of eating on the design space of some like the Terminator guys and the big guys with the guns.
Yeah, maybe, but on the other hand, there are something like 200 Space Marine data sheets.
Yeah.
So a bit
Oh,
of
it's good to get diversity. I'm just saying
yeah,
it's kind of feels like they're kind of expanding in the same area.
but with this release coinciding with the release of their uh, second proper codex, they could adjust the rules and abilities around and make make stuff do different stuff here, which will be great.
Hmm.
Gives them a nice chance to reset the deck on what had been an army of half an army now actually gets some room to breathe. I would imagine that
Yeah.
some people will be crying that some of their stuff lost some vital abilities, and it's like, well, they're still there. They're just over in this unit now.
Yeah.
You know, be glad that you now have more than 5 units. Um, well, we covered it. Folks, let
Yeah.
us know what you think, and please subscribe to the YouTube because we need just 50 more so that we can get money, get paid, so we can buy some of this new stuff. Perhaps Austin will put away his hatred for shirtless dwarves and start a Votann army. You never know. But get in the comments, let us know what you're most excited about, or what you hate and can't stand and feel that GW completely ruined, because that's a thing that people do a lot. Uh,
Hmm.
I've been Shane, that's Austin. We're 40K Fanatics Podcast. We've got a second podcast coming to you toward the end of the week. Check it out as well, where we'll do our usual stuff, reading your comments, talking about what we've done in the hobby in the bits box, and our main topic. And until next time, don't forget to
Stay fanatical.